You're locked into Hammy. Go check out the YouTube page, the Hammy Podcast.
Right, we're live. Welcome everyone to the Hammy Podcast, episode 2, with our special guest, Tony Hinchelwood.
Yeah, Tony.
Tony in the place, yeah? What's going down? Big up our new camera production team, Gemini Videos. Big up everyone on TikTok. Big up all my people helping me like, share, get this message out, get this video out there. Big up all my friends. I'll get to you very soon. Yeah, so it's been a very long time in the making, us doing this, and I'm just really happy that we're back. We're really back in a place where we can send out a message of hope, faith and courage. On today's show, it's going to be particularly about the life in prison, the prison system, IPP. You're going to tell us what IPP means and the sentencing and everything that goes with it. For the people that don't know, we're going to be talking about recovery. We're going to be talking about Tony's upbringing and where he's at now. And there's going to be a lot of hope, faith and courage in this. There's going to be a lot of recovery talk, life stories, hope stories, painful stories, and we're going to roll it all into one. So just like to big up everyone taking part in the show. Please share this, get it out there. I'd like to big up the sponsors. I will go into detail about the sponsors at the end of the show. But sponsors of this Hammy Podcast is Treework Solutions. And we've got Freddy's. Freddy's is embroidery and printing logos in Camden Town. Big sponsor of the show. And we've got a tree surgery company called Treework Solutions. Shouts to Eugene on that one. Right, so let's get on with the show. Right. So Tony, basically, we're just going to roll where you're from, what your upbringing was like, your family life, and then we're just going to talk about what that sort of shaped you and where it made you go through your teenage years, all that sort of stuff. And then we'll just take it from there. We're just going to have a big chat, help a load of people and send out a message of hope and love. So big up everyone involved. We're going to get on with the show. And and once again, big up our new camera team, Gemini Videos. Big respect to them. Right, Tone. So what area are you from? Like, where did you grow up?
So, in 1981, I was born.
1980. So
yeah, in Greenwich Hospital.
Greenwich.
Yeah.
So is that South East London?
South East London. Yeah. I was born in Greenwich Hospital, and I lived in a little place called Cholton, in between Woolwich and Greenwich.
Yeah. Quite the Cholton. Yeah.
Quite a rough area. I live right next to the football ground, and.
What's the football? What's it? The Valley.
Cholton, yeah, the Valley.
Called the Valley.
Road, yeah.
I remember them being in the Premier League years ago.
Mum and Dad still live there today, so yeah, I was brought up around that area. I'll start from a kid.
Yeah.
Because obviously I'm an addict. Yeah. And I'm alcoholic. Yeah. And I know what I suffer with today, so I know now why I was different from the rest of my family. So basically, when I was a kid, I was an isolator. I wouldn't, even as a young boy, my mum tells me stories, like the addictive personality, and that was there for me as a kid. Long before I found drinking.
And what sort of things would you say addictive personality? So what things were you doing as a...
Stealing.
Like very young?
Hiding car keys.
Like, are we talking, what age are you now?
I'm talking like 3-4 years of age, yeah.
Yeah, like young?
Yeah, and like taking money out of my mum's purse and hiding it in the house somewhere, not they'd find it in the end, but I'd still fucking do it. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
This is the Hammy Podcast. You can swear, you can cry, you can do everything.
And it's mad because I'm the youngest of 5. I've got my brother that's older than me by 2 years. I've got my sister Amber that's older than me by 3 years. I've got my sister Cara that's 5 years older than me, and my sister Sam 6 years older than me.
So did you feel you was always like, you weren't getting the attention because you were the young one?
Yeah.
Did you feel...
I'm going to tell you how I thought it was then, but I know different now.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Right,
I'm with you.
I thought childhood was pretty shit. You know, I thought that as a kid, it wasn't how it was meant to be. You know, I thought that there was no love in the house. My brother wouldn't have me around him.
Yeah.
You know, because I wasn't like him. I was very quiet and introvert. If someone comes to the house, I'd be in my bedroom. I'd be so shy, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, and my three sisters though, they did try. You know, they tried to help me and do stuff with me, you know. But I only know this stuff now because I've got older and I'm about to stop and listen.
And you've had to change and find out stuff about yourself. Yeah. You've had to look at yourself, yeah?
Yeah, man. But I'll be honest, as a kid, I was in fear in the family home, you know, because no one understood me. You know, my mum and dad, I'll be honest, my dad was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Sorry, my dad is an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So
it was.
Right, yeah.
I can relate to that one, son.
But the thing about him was, he put the drink down and never drank again.
Yeah.
But if you was to spend time around my dad, he's a dry drunk. You know.
And did he used to like instill fear? You don't know.
Yeah,
was he walking on eggshells?
Yeah, from a young age I used to get the belt.
Did he have a very bad temper?
Yeah, when he drank.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he drank, but at the same time my brother was really bad as well. My brother used to bully the life out of me.
Yeah.
So, and my brother would beat me up for his friends as well. That's the mad thing. I can never understand all that, but that's what used to happen, you know. But where I was so quiet and I didn't tell anyone, because
you to keep it all to yourself and bottle it all up.
Yeah, it wasn't until 2016 when my mum and dad found out all this stuff. They were like, "What? Well, you didn't tell us this."
We didn't even know.
You know. But as a kid, I was that kid that was always with mum.
Yeah.
Like my mum's a seamstress. She makes wedding dresses and stuff like that. And I'm ashamed to say it, but I know how to sew. I know how to do all sorts of stuff.
There's nothing wrong with that, mate. It's a talent, isn't it?
It's because I was always
watching.
watching.
This day and age.
I was always watching my mum, you know. But then what come with that was my dad he worked all day as demolition. Then he'd be in the pub until God knows what time in the morning. So I spent a lot of time at the window with my mum waiting for him to come home.
Yeah.
But then he get in for drink driving and stuff like that. I don't really want to put my mum and dad down because they're good people, you know. Because when my dad
but I just want this is for more people that can relate.
Yeah.
To like a dysfunctional upbringing.
Yeah.
People that don't really talk about it, they don't get a chance to talk about it.
Yeah. So me as a kid, I felt very lonely, very isolated. I didn't feel a part of, you know. Starting to learn a bit about that today, you know, and I didn't feel a part of the family. Like this is the mad thing. I don't know why, because we had everything. At Christmas, presents pouring out from under the tree. Birthdays, we had what we wanted.
Yeah.
You know, we got taken to the beach, we got taken here, we got taken there. So that side of things was there, but
emotionally,
I think when I always said my mum and dad had too many kids. You know, that's what I said, because I think because I was the last one, they was drained out by then.
Yeah,
they got 5 kids and then they get a kid like me. You know, and I was an headache. I know I was an headache.
Would you say the worst out of the bunch?
Yeah, and no, all my family are straight goers. So
you were the black and white sheep of the family.
Yeah, I'm the only
the multicoloured sheep.
Yeah, I'm the only one that went to prison. I'm the only one that got arrested on a regular basis. I was a thief.
Yeah.
You know.
We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
So basically, from the age, from when I can remember, which was around about 5, until I was 12, a lot of stuff happened, you know. Because my brother weren't around me, I got bullied out of the house, you know, in school and stuff like that, because my brother wasn't interested, you know, he wouldn't help, you know, and stuff like that. So I found childhood really tough, you know, because I used to see other people at school and their families and their brothers sticking up for them.
Yeah.
But I never had that, you know. So I used to walk out of school and go home, but I wouldn't tell my family what had happened. I'd say I feel sick.
Yeah, you were too like.
I didn't.
Was you scared of coming out, was speaking your truth, and you just?
I was always brought up with the iron thumb. If you cry, I'll give you something to cry for.
Yeah, get on with it, man.
Yeah,
don't show your feelings. Get on with it.
Yeah.
Don't let the family name down.
Yeah, my dad's old school. You know, and And if I did cry, I'd get slapped.
Yeah.
So I just wouldn't tell no one nothing, you know.
And did that bring a lot of fear into you?
Yeah.
From an early age, so you're young, you're under 10 and you're carrying all that fear.
Do you know what? I'll spill out a couple of things that happened as a kid, yeah, because I'm not ashamed of it no more.
Yeah.
I used to be ashamed of it, so...
This is all, Tom, this is all for like getting people to relate
my
to
brother, I'm on about from a young age, what I can remember, used to scare me that much in bed. Saying, oh, if you get out of bed, Dad's going to die. If you get out of bed, you know, it's took me a lot to admit this stuff, you know. You're going to get eaten by a monster. But at that age... You believe it? I went to bed. Yeah. Because I was too scared to get out of it. Yeah, so that's how I lived. I used to do stuff like that. That's how I lived, Mike. And it's not nice, you know. And you know, me and my brother had a word the other year, but he's like incomplete. You know, I'm like, I told him, you used to bully me. You took liberties. You took the piss. You know what I mean? But yeah, childhood was quite tough, you know. And I always had it, why ain't you like the rest? You know, always getting brought home by the police and stuff like that. But, so I didn't have any friends growing up. That was my life. I didn't have any friends. So and you got used to that. So yeah. So when friends started coming, you didn't really want to hang around people because Mike, you were nervous and... Do you know what, it's funny? As soon as I was old enough to be out on them streets, I was off. Gone. What, into like, it was like a new... Like, all my mates were 18 to 20 at the age of 12. Wow. And just getting into just getting into the next part, what I was going to mention was, who was the type of people you first started hanging around in this period? Thieves. And what attracted you to them? What made you... They accepted me. Ah. I felt accepted. So you didn't want to hang around the nerdy kids, people that were doing school? No. Nah. It weren't my cup of tea. Was you attracted straight away to this like criminality, people getting up to no good, causing trouble? Well, I'll tell you how it started, yeah? So, my first drug was cannabis, yeah, right? And I fucking hated it. Yeah. I hated the feeling. What happened the first time you ever took it? So basically, I remember it. This is the mad thing. I remember, because I'm a negative addict, I remember it all. Yeah, right? I don't forget all this stuff. So basically, yeah, right, listen. So basically, I'm up the park, Cholton Park, and I'm sitting in a big crowd of bods, all a lot older than me. And I'll smoke some of this. Because I was already smoking cigarettes by then. I used to nick my mum's fags, and my nan lived 2 doors away. She used to give me fags, yeah? That's one place I did really feel comfortable with, those at my nan's house. So basically, I took a few puffs, and then they said, Tone, yeah, I'll take this money and go up the shop. Go to the co-op and get us some munch. Yeah. I was like, all right. So I took the money and get on the bike, but I'm spinning out. I've never smoked it before. I walk in the co-op, and I get all the stuff they've asked for. I'm standing in the queue, but it's a long way. Yeah. But I'm starting to spin out, bro. Yeah. So I put the basket down and rid back to the park. You know, and they was like, where's the munchies? I said, they're in the basket in the shop. I couldn't stay there. I was mash up. I carried on smoking it. It's just mental. Yeah. But you know, for me, it was I just wanted them to like me. Yeah. That's how I wanted to. I can do this. I can do that. You want to fit in it. You know, you want to be liked. Yeah. And stuff. So you started smoking weed. You're hanging around people that causing trouble, doing a bit of crime, like little petty crime to start off with. Shops. Yeah. You know, nothing major. Just little. Just theft from shops. Chocolate. Yeah. Alcohol. Yeah, little small robberies, nothing major. Yeah, I used to just walk in with a jumper on, fill both sleeves up, walk out. Yeah. Everyone sitting in the park drinking ciders and weed. Yeah. I think that's everyone's story, and everyone seemed to have started when they were 12 years old. Mm-hmm. That's it. Big up everyone. Just want to big up all my family on TikTok. Big up Roxy. Big up Lynn from Loose Ladies. Big up everyone looking on. Please share. Please share. Big up Roxy, one of our next guests on the Hammy Podcast. Right, so we're in the park. We're between 12, 15, something like that. So that's where it started, yeah. So I first smoked cannabis when I was 12. We're doing little robberies. We're hanging around little thieves. Yeah, nicking cars.
Smoking weed, drinking,
nicking motorbikes and cars.
meeting up with girls. Was girls part of this story? No.
Not for me, mate. Not until later on in life.
Right.
I was too shy.
You were too shy.
I didn't have the. Yeah.
Oh, we'll get into the female conversations a bit later, if you know what I mean.
They were there.
Yeah.
But
you weren't there.
I was. Yeah.
You were there, but you weren't there.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah. Nah, do you know what? My brother was an early start. I wasn't.
Yeah.
So
now what age are we? We were about 15 towards 18.
Well, that's because the cannabis was the first thing,
yeah.
So then it was the ecstasy, speed, cocaine.
What was you going out raving, taking this, or just jamming with
No,
your boys?
we was driving cars, nick cars,
doing crimes and doing drugs.
Yeah, yeah. That was life, and do you know what? For me, as much as I get nicked a lot and brought home by the police, my dad would tell me to go to my room and I'd climb down the drain pipe and I'd be off again.
Yeah.
Because that's what I did, Mike. I didn't want to be at home, you know. I do feel quite guilty for saying this stuff, you know, because I've hurt my family on the process.
Yeah.
You know, you understand?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
totally understand.
And so I'm in and out of youth court like it's nothing. My dad's having to.
So you know you're getting nicked now.
All the time. I'm talking 3 days a week. I'm getting brought home by the police.
So you weren't really a good thief.
No. Not at that age, no.
Welcome to the Hammy Podcast.
Not at that age.
Yeah.
Not at that age.
Yeah, I was rubbish as well, man.
So
I was
basically,
rubbish. I was always getting.
The thing is, I was little as well. Until I was about 18, I was just
I
short.
was tiny.
I was little. So if the security guard grabbed me, he got me. You know what I mean? Or police chases, you get blocked in and stuff like that. But I started going youth court quite early, probably around the age of 13. And I'd go up in front of this judge. I hated him. I really hated him. His name was Judge Cooper. But he always used to say to me, when you're old enough, I'm going to put you in prison. But he never did.
Yeah.
Never did. And so I just kept doing what I was doing. Because every time I went in front of him, you're going to jail soon.
Oh, whatever, mate.
Yeah.
See you later. I'm off to do another crime, you know what I mean?
And so basically, a lot of my crimes, and I started doing commercial burglaries as well, on pubs.
Right, so slowly they're starting to get bigger and bigger.
And the drugs got bigger and bigger. So
you needed more money. You needed...
I was a quick realiser in life, you know. It doesn't matter everything. I learned how to do a job very quickly and I never forget it. As the drugs got worse, like through to the ecstasy, as soon as I started doing cocaine, and at the same time I was a ruthless labourer as well, from the age of 14, doing cocaine. I mean, ridiculous amounts of cocaine.
Like every day using?
Every day, you know.
Wow.
The pills and the cannabis was every day when I was younger, but the pills was a Friday thing. That wasn't really a problem.
It was like every weekend, let's have a bit of pills, ecstasy.
I call them the good days.
Yeah, the small box, little box, cardboard, big fish, whatever.
I call them the good days because it wasn't a problem. You know, I'd take plenty of them and I'd do it, but it wasn't really a problem because I wouldn't wake up the next morning and think, I want to go do that again.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't something I did every day, but it was when I got on the coke.
It changed. You know, it progressed dramatically.
I was working for a roofing firm from the age of 14 until I was 21, and I started sniffing coke, and that was when I couldn't hold a job down. You know, because it became a daily occurrence. You know, I'm talking going to work all day, going out and committing a shop robbery or something.
So we're working, we're causing, we're doing crime, and we're taking drugs.
And not sleeping.
Wow.
I'm talking getting home from work at about 5, 6 o'clock. If I had money, buy a gram, or if I had enough, buy an eighth or something like that. Then I'd sniff all night, get to a certain time, run out of sniff, no more money. I'm off. I'm going out to rob something. Like, I never had a stop clock. You know,
you were always 24 hours, just bam, 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 bam.
And I used to fall asleep.
Irritable, restless, and discontent. But we'll get into that recovery talk in a little bit.
I used to fall asleep in dangerous places in work. You know, I worked for a drainage firm when I was 21, and this is the crack days. Right. And I fell asleep behind a big concrete pipe, and a digger went to roll it up.
Oh my days.
And someone went, "No, what are you doing?" I was lying behind it, bruv.
Oh, so would I just...
It cost me. It was
one of them big...
Yeah, it's a 7 foot. Listen,
I used to put them concrete rings in.
Yeah, I used to do
a company called Bar Hill. Shout out to
anyway,
Lynn, big up little Benny, big up everyone looking on the live.
So anyway, so let's go back to the coke, So that went on for about a year of just taking coke every day. And then someone come to me and said to me, have you ever tried this stuff? And I was like, what stuff? It's funny because I used to nick a lot of motorbikes and sell them, like dirt bikes off roaders and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, so someone come up, so we nicked a little kid's scrambler, and we went and sold it. We got 150 for it off from my mate. I'm not going to mention names, but you know, and we sold it to him, and I wanted to go and buy a sniff, and this kid went, no. He went, come with me. I'm going to show you something. He said, have you smoked this white stuff? Right. He said it's cocaine, but Mark, it was Mike. It was the worst thing I ever did. You know, because I was already an everyday cocaine user. Yeah. And this stuff, what it did for me, nothing else in the world had ever done that. You know what I mean? And life went straight away.
Quick time.
Yeah, because
so we're talking about crack now. We're talking about
crack cocaine, man.
And I just want to big up anyone who's struggling with alcohol and drink problems, and anyone who can relate. This one's really going out to you lot. So stay on the live, and hopefully you can get something out of this. And Tony's going to tell you his message of how he went to the depths of hell and how he came out of it. But anyway, so let's carry on.
So basically, I got given it, and this is how I know that it was an instant bad thing for me. So we had 150 quid. We spent that money. Everyone else went home. I didn't go home. I went out and got more money.
Oh shit!
And then I was going up to people on the streets. Do you know anything about crack? That's how bad it was. And
so straight away you're like, I need this, so I can't go without it. Like,
yeah, it was lovely.
Like, grab hold of you.
Yeah, and but I'll be honest, I say the coke was, I never really had rock bottoms on the coke. It was an everyday thing, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
But that crack, within weeks, I found myself in a lot of isolated, lonely places. You know, crack houses, in the park at 5 in the morning, surrounded by
all the people you were hanging around with now have gone from, are they criminals still, or they just gone into being addicts and they have to cause crime to feed it? Has the people changed? That
all my criminal mates dropped me out.
Oh shit! Now they're looking down on you.
I wouldn't say looking down on me. I wronged them all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I started putting moves.
Yeah, on them.
Yeah, because that's what that stuff does.
Yeah.
It robs you of your soul.
Yeah, you rob your own family, man.
And people would set me up in a house with white to sell. I'd smoke it. You know, that's how bad it was. But this is serious people. So when this stuff, it takes no prisoners, you know. Yeah. And so life started getting bad. My crimes got bigger. I started doing commercial burglaries on football clubs and pubs at night. White people was living up above them, taking all the money out of fruit machines. Yeah. You know, and it was lucrative. You know, out of a £25 jackpot.
You're getting money, man.
$2.5 grand out of a machine.
Wow.
Yeah, and
they're paying that 25 quid. No wonder I didn't win any money. Bloody hell.
Yeah, sure. I took it all. No, but so basically, see, I'm 41 now. You know, and from
what age are you now? Where you're talking about?
I'm talking 16, 15. I started when I was just turning 16.
But the crack, the
crack,
16, 17. Yeah.
So listen to this. I told you about the judge, innit?
Yeah.
Right. So I get nicked for a commercial burglary, and I go in front of him. He put me away.
What was your first ever sentence?
90 days.
90 days.
Yeah.
And what was the burglary? What was it?
It was on a football club, commercial. Not. It didn't come under a residential. It was a residence property, but no one was living up there.
Oh right. Yeah? So you got.
So, but if it was someone living up there, it'd have been dwelling, and I probably would have got a few years for it.
Yeah.
You know, But he put me away and he said to me, you've been in front of me so many times, and I kept
Oh, the same judge?
Yeah, Judge Cooper, yeah. He's a Crown Court judge now, he ain't a magistrate's judge.
Is he still going to this day?
Yeah, I didn't like him at all. Anyway, so he sent me to attendance centre a lot when I was a kid as well. Like, he'd go paint schools or boat sheds and all that stuff.
Did you ever go Feltham?
That was my only young offenders I've ever been in. So,
is it?
So basically, from then, I started going away quite often. You know,
like it was a holiday camp.
Yeah, but a lot of the time, so I'm lost here. A lot of the time, it was only like 28-day sentences. Like at the beginning, I've probably done about 7 stretches in Feltham.
So now look, just so to anyone who's looking on, big up Devious G, out at DJ Jack, big up everyone looking in. So now we've gone from your upbringing, and now we've started on drugs, but now we're getting into serious crimes, and now you're starting to get little sentences.
Yeah.
So now we're getting into the prison system now.
Yeah. So so at first I was funding it with petty crime.
Yeah.
Which commercial burglary is classed as a petty crime. They only used to give up to 6 months for that. Yeah. So that is classed as petty crime. So at first I was managing to go to work. But no sleep. I'm on about being awake for weeks. Like 2-3 weeks at a time, just smoking crack.
Yeah.
If I weren't at work, I was smoking crack. That's what I was doing. And I was going out and robbing as well. So I was spending all my wages.
You had to feed the habit.
Yeah. And I was rinsing my family. I was rinsing family friends, you know, borrowing money off them and stuff like that. And never giving it back. Like, just having people...
Just total greed and just tunnel vision for like drugs and how you can get the drugs.
Yeah, and it's what you would do to get it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know, I robbed my mum, I robbed my dad, I robbed my brother. You know, I robbed money off my mum and dad, I robbed my mum's gold, I robbed my brother's computers.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. I've never robbed off my sisters. I don't know why. You know, I don't think I can explain why. Yeah. And I've lived with them. Because when mum didn't want me, they would have me. You know, but I never...
You had that sort of respect, maybe, or...
Do you know what? It's turning out in rehab. It's because I felt they always accepted me for who I was. You know, and because I get on with women better than I get on with men, Mike.
Yeah, you know, I can understand that.
And that's fact.
Yeah.
You know, I can sit there and flow in a conversation with a woman. Man, I don't trust.
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yeah, I totally get that, bro.
You know, so basically, yeah, from them sentences, the sentences did start to rise though. So in between the age of 15 to 21 in 20 in 2001, I done loads of little stretches.
What was what would you say little stretches of? Months?
28 days.
90 days?
Couple of months, couple of
Nothing
months.
more than 6 months?
No, nothing more than 6 months.
Yeah.
Right? But as I went on in the crack, you hear people say...
Wait, are you smoking in prison as well?
No.
Not at that age?
This is the mad thing about jail. My dad used to tell me stories about prison. Hey, you're going to get this is going to happen to you. You've heard all the stories.
Yeah.
But my experience was when I went there, I actually felt like fucking home. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know, I
felt at ease.
Yeah, I was around my kind of people.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way I can explain it. So prison didn't bother me, you know. And then, but every time I got out, it was just bang, you used to get the £95, no fix the bow.
Yeah. And they did give you a little travel thing to get home with.
Yeah, so, but every time I went to court, they did say, you're going to end up getting bigger and bigger sentences. Like they tried to put the fear of God in me, but you can't put the fear of God in someone that hasn't got a conscience, you know. And I didn't have a conscience. I know it's because I'm an addict, you know. Nothing goes. As soon as I put a drug in me, no one else matters.
Yeah.
You know, simple as that. So,
we've just had a few messages. So what we're gonna do, just quickly. Tony's just got into talking about the prison system, and it's very early. Right, welcome back to the Hammy Podcast. Right, we are with our special guest, Tony Hinchelwood. As you all know, we've talked about his upbringing, we've talked about a little life of crime in his teenage years, drug addiction, at an early stage of it. We will be going back into the drug addiction and the alcoholism and everything that comes with that and the recovery side of things. But now we've just started into his prison story. He's been doing felonies, he's been doing little crimes, he's been not getting sentences longer than 6 months, and now things are starting to dramatically change for the worst. So let's get back into it, Tom. So you were saying your sentences weren't more than 6 months, but then
because the crime was petty.
The crime was petty, so now the crimes are going up.
Yeah.
Progressively.
Yeah, bad. You
So
know,
tell me the first one that was really like, whoa, like I'm in real big trouble with.
So at the same time, I'd already started my rock bottoms at this point, and a crack 40 quid earner's not gonna cut the amount of crack that I'm smoking.
Yeah.
So I decided I'm gonna start walking in shops with knives and robbing them.
So yeah, it got really worse quick.
Yeah, and I got caught quick.
Yeah. Yeah, I got caught quick.
Yeah.
The crimes got quick, I got caught quick.
I was drinking at this stage as well.
Yeah.
It's like when I done this robbery on this off licence, I'd started drinking. I didn't drink until I was 20, 21.
Yeah.
And so I'd been up for days and days smoking crack, and then I drank all this day. But this is the mad thing about it, that this is the fucked up shit about it, and the way your head tells you stuff. I robbed my local offie that I've been going in for 20 odd years, since I was a kid with my mum. Same owners. I walked in with a balaclava on, and the woman, she said to me, "What are you doing?"
She knew it was you.
She knew it was me.
She heard your voice.
But I still robbed her.
Yeah.
You know? And, but when I was so drunk, I stayed in there a long time, and I come out and police were there, innit? You know? But I got away, but then they caught me later.
Yeah.
You know? And I got 3.5 years for that.
Wow, so
Yeah.
Now, so what, do you do half of that, or do you do 3/4
Half
of
of
that?
it at the time, yeah.
Half of that.
Anything above 4 at that time was 2/3. Anything below 4 was half.
Right.
So I got 3.5 years, but at that point, I was happy to get it, Mike, you know, because I was in a bad way, you know, because when I'm smoking, the truth is, I'm 8 stone mean and wet. You know, I don't look after myself, I don't eat.
Really skinny, like...
Yeah, I live for crack.
Yeah.
If I've got 20 quid in my pocket,
Crack, straight away.
I ain't gonna go and spend £1 out on munchies.
Yeah.
I did
Not even buying cigarette, just bang, straight crack.
But that's how it become an obsession.
Progressive,
of mine.
very progressive.
Quickly. You know, and so this is the mad thing about it. Yeah. Now I'm in court at Woolwich Crown Court, and now I'm not in Feltham no more. I'm in fucking Belmarsh.
Oh God.
I'm in man's jail now.
Yeah.
And I forgot to tell you a little something. I sucked my thumb until I was 21. Yeah, it was a comfort thing for me.
Yeah.
And so basically I go into Belmarsh, yeah, and I get put in a cell with fucking 2 grown ass motherfucking men. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? You know?
Shitting yourself.
Not, yeah, at first, but I soon took to it.
Yeah.
You know? And that was about the first time I tried heroin. And heroin wasn't a thing in my life. Heroin was saying, I tried, I threw up, I never did it again. Yeah? And I'm glad I fucking threw up. Because got a lot of mates that are dead today to this illness. Yeah? OD'd and drank themselves to death. So, and that's 3 family members. 3, not family, close family, brother-in-laws. 3 of my, all my nieces and nephews have lost their dad. You know, like...
It's a brutal drug.
It's a killer. Away. It's a killer.
You know, just quickly, it's not about me, but in my family, you either die of alcoholism or you die of a heroin overdose. And I've had a lot of family members die that way, so I totally understand.
I've heard your story many times. You know,
so carry on.
And so I actually feel grateful that I'm still alive. Really. Anyway, so I get 3.5 years, but I'm in Woolwich Crown Court. My mum and dad are waiting to go away to Portugal. I was meant to go with them. I've never been abroad, but I was meant to go with them.
Yeah.
But I got nicked for the robbery.
Yeah.
Right? I'm looking at 7 years. That's what I'm looking at. And then because I went guilty, the judge went 3.5 years. And I just laughed. That's how fucked up my head is. I just laughed. And then my dad come to visit me when he come back off holiday and he slapped me around the head and he went, what the fuck are you laughing at? Yeah. I went, what do you mean? He went, you've just got 3.5 years of your life. Now to a straight goer, that's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, it's insane.
But to me,
it's nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
I'll be out soon.
And I was out with him for so after 3.5 years, 21 months I'd done. And then I carried on, like nothing was happening. And you know what? I got out from that on tag, and within a week, I cut my tag off and went on the run, you know, because the obsession to use is much stronger than
paying attention
giving a
and
fuck
trying
about
to be
going
nice.
back to prison.
Yeah,
you know?
You didn't give a damn about that.
No, but that's how drugs become to me.
Yeah.
I become a slave to crack cocaine, you know, and that's
and
how
nothing came in the way of it. Nothing.
No, and that went on for years. I was getting remanded after that in Belmarsh and all that, and then going to court and getting a smack on the wrist, you know, and stuff like that. I ended up finishing my recall on that as well, so I ended up doing basically the whole 3.5 years anyway. Yeah, because I couldn't. They was letting me out on that. You know, they did that 28-day recall stuff. They was letting me out on that, but I couldn't stick to the licence because I didn't turn up for probation. You know, I didn't have any rules in my life. You know, my life was
very unmanageable. Would you say?
Is it worth saying? You know,
we need to come up with a bigger word than unmanageable. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? It's weird because once I got on the crack, as you said, all my friends that I took coke with, they was all workers. They went to the pub. These are the people I used to be astonished how they could do it. I'd go out with them on a Friday night, get on a sniff with them, and then they'd say, I'm going on. And I'd look at them and think, are you mad? You're going on?
We've still got parties, we've still got drugs to do,
Friday
man.
Night, then they'd pop in the pub for a lunch on a Sunday, and I ain't even gone home.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there because I've run out of money, punching off everyone fucking else.
Yeah, that was me, man.
You know, or out committing crime and stuff like that.
I relate to that big time. Man.
Yeah. I didn't go home. I didn't know, and I didn't go home. You know, and it was just madness. So basically, then my friends changed to what people would call crackheads, junkies. Yeah. You heard what I said in the meeting.
Yeah, you don't like saying that word.
No, I hate it because now I know what I suffer with. I'm an addict. Yeah. You know, but I had my mum calling me a crackhead. I had my brother calling me a crackhead or a junkie.
And it's very demoralising.
Of course it is. Of course it is. You know, and for a long period, I believed I was a junkie and a crackhead. You know. Yeah. But now I know what I suffer with, and I've got an illness, and I can name it addiction. Yeah. I don't like that now. And to top it off, what was actually said, I've heard it before. Put yourself outside of that bracket. You know, but I'm not going to go into what goes on in the meetings. Yeah. But you know what I'm talking about. So basically, anyway, so as I said, my friends got more serious. You know, we was out there. You know, but we was having each other over 24/7. And
anything goes.
Yeah. So.
Rob Peter to pay.
So after that, I'd done that time when I was 23. This is like I've admitted it already that I stole gold off my mum. I robbed my mum for some gold. Yeah. And like family heirlooms as well. But I didn't know that because I was never a part of the family, Mike. I was never there, so I didn't know. But at the end of the day, it was the wrong thing to fucking do. Yeah. Simple as that, you know. But I did it. Yeah. And my mum got me put in prison. And I fucking hated her for it. I was angry. Like, and I mean, I was angry up until last year for this.
Yeah. So you carried that resentment a long time?
Yeah, a long time. Like, how dare you get me put in prison? You're my mum.
But now you've had a change, you can look at it in a different way.
It's wrong, man. I owe them, man. Yeah. You know, my family are good people. I can say that now, you know, because all I did was blame my family for who I was. But now I know
what you suffer with,
what I suffer with, and why I done the thing I've done. It was nothing to do with them. Yeah. You know, drugs was just a solution for me.
Do you know we will get into recovery? We're going to get into recovery as a last subject.
But you want to hear more about prison?
Yeah, I want to get into the prison, and you know, you were talking about the sentence. You got 3.5 years. So what was the next big one that really?
Yeah, my main next sentence. I've done a couple of remands in between that. Yeah. Only for a month here, a couple of weeks here. Anyway, so when I robbed that gold, my mum got me put away. Yeah. And when I went to court, My mum was very angry that she wanted me to stay in prison for a period, but she didn't want me to stay in prison because I robbed her.
She wanted you to
because she
change.
knew where I was.
Yeah.
You know, because she never knew where I was.
Yeah.
You know, when I used to disappear, she used to think I was dead. Simple as that. Because I robbed people that I shouldn't have been robbing. Anyway, so I went to a DTTO, a drug treatment and testing order. The judge put me there. And I was doing all right. I stayed clean for a few months.
Yeah.
I met this guy. And we smoked drugs together for 4.5 months. But if I'm being honest, he just mugged me off.
Yeah.
You know, I
He was just using you.
Basically. Yeah, I was committing a lot of crime for a lot of money and spending money on this guy, buying him his heroin and everything. And I ended up robbing him.
Yeah.
I built a resentment up and I tied him up in his house and gagged him. But I didn't do it to rob him. I don't actually humiliate him.
Yeah,
because
he
he
was
humiliated me.
Yeah.
You know?
So you were getting like your own back sort of thing.
So, but you know what, it's funny because the sentence I got for it is unjust. You know, I got a life sentence. I got 99 years. That was
right,
what I
so
got.
this is what I really wanted to talk about. So is this the start of this IPP?
Yeah.
Could you explain what IPP?
So
anyone
IPP
who can relate to the prison side of things, and thank you everyone for all your nice comments. We're going to start getting into one of the main subjects of this podcast, which is the IPP sentencing and why it's all wrong and it's outdated and things. So we're going to get right into this right now. So what does IPP actually mean?
It means indeterminate sentence for the public protection. So anyone they deem a risk to the public, they gave an IPP to, which was 8,000 people.
And that can be anything from what? From the minimum to the maximum. What is it? Maximum sentence?
Right, so the tariff...
99 years.
The tariff don't mean anything. No, 99 years is a licence.
Wow.
Right, so... But the thing is about it is, it's what they give a murderer.
Yeah.
So they don't have to release you for the rest of your life. And it's proven because I know people that got 2 years, they haven't got out since they got the sentence, you know, because of the mental health side of it and that.
Yeah.
But, so basically, I didn't know. This is the worst thing for me. So, I robbed this guy, yeah? I should have went Woolies Crown Court, but there was a terrorist trial going on. I went to Blackfriars Crown Court, yeah? So, I was in Wandsworth prison, yeah? So, I'm going to court, and then I get a sentence. But I get told that I got a parole sentence. They didn't mention IPP on the sentencing whatsoever. But the thing is about the IPP, when they give it out, they didn't know what they was giving out. The judges just got told, right, this is a sentence for people that are doing robberies, when that weren't what the sentence was made up for.
Yeah.
So, right, let me go back. So, basically, I found out a month later when I was sitting in my cell. I had a lifer manager come to see me and say to me, I'm your lifer manager. And I looked at my cellmate, and she went, no, you're a lifer. And I went, no, I'm not. She said, yeah, you got an IPP sentence. And I went, what the fuck's an IPP sentence? She said, oh, it's a public protection sentence, you know? So basically, what I got was 1 year, 11 months.
For this thing with this guy.
Yeah. But because it's a 99-year fucking sentence, I've done now 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done 14 years, 8 months. Yeah?
That is criminal in itself.
So basically, I was 24 when I got it. Yeah?
So, just so people can understand, he got done for a crime for 1.5 years, but because they just introduced IPP sentencing and the license, that 1.5 years could.
But let me just explain to you what happened. So, I got a 1 year, 11 month tariff. That's what it's called. So when a murderer gets a sentence, they get 99 years with a tariff.
Right.
They get like 15s, 20s, 25s, yeah?
Yeah.
But because they can't justify giving us a 25-year sentence for a robbery, they give us a small tariff. But it's starting to prove now that they knew what they were doing. It didn't matter how small your tariff was. You was never going to get out.
Wow.
Right? So...
Disgusting. Man,
so my first release, I was 24. That was in 2006. I got it in February, 16th of February 2006. I got released when I was 35.
No way.
Right?
11, 12?
Just over 10 years. So
oh my days.
I got out when I was 35 in 2016. And then, but the thing is about this sentence, because my crime was now drug related, one positive drug test, they put me straight back in.
No way.
Because they say that automatically I'm going to go and rob someone. You know?
Yeah.
But the fact is, I've never really gone out of my way to commit them sort of crimes. And the actual sentence was made up for the most dangerous people in society. But my criminal record shows that
you're just a petty thief to trying to feed your habit.
Because they only got me on 2 robberies in my life. So they can't say that there's been a string of robberies, you know. And that, you know, and
so you spent 10 years straight, no parole, no nothing, no nothing.
I was 8 years 2 months over my sentence when they first released me.
8 years, wow.
So, but the thing is, and their justification to that is because I couldn't stay. We've gathered I'm an addict. I go into prison. There ain't no crack in prison, so I adapt to my surroundings and I start taking medication, Subutex, Tramadol. I'm a fucking addict.
Anything you can get your hold of.
Because I'll be honest, over 450 people so far have committed suicide doing an IPP sentence because they can't do the bird.
Yeah.
Now I got a mate.
They don't know when they're coming out.
But if they give out a 28-day sentence to someone, when I left him last, which was X amount of years back, he'd done 11 years.
28 days sentence?
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's
oh, man. Well, shouts to anyone that is relating on these this prison story, or anyone who's got family members inside that can relate. And we're going to do a Q&A straight after this. Right, so you've been in, what was it like not knowing you weren't ever coming out?
Well, I didn't.
You didn't know?
Because I kept getting told you'll get your next parole, and then not getting it. So it's just mental health. That's right. And the maddest thing is, so David Blunkett made this sentence up. He copied America. They used the sentence in America, and it got squashed because it was deemed inhumane in America. And they retrospectively let every prisoner out of prison. So basically, in 2012, it got taken to European Court of Human Rights in this country, and the European Court of Human Rights said this is illegal, this is unjust, and demoralising. We squashed this sentence, but our government are refusing to allow the people got it.
Wow.
So basically that was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, so when that happened, we all got excited thinking, oh, we're going to get out.
Yeah.
Bollocks. Bollocks. Our government are just criminal people, bro. And this is what makes you realise this stuff, because the fact is, before the IPP, there was a sentence called a 2-strike life.
Yeah.
And it was exactly the same.
2 strikes and you're out.
It got deemed illegal, and all they done was change the name.
That's what they've done, isn't it?
Yeah, they changed the name to IPP. It's our government, our people, you know, but it's not even that, it's the mental health.
And what it actually done to you mentally, you know,
I
couldn't even think about that. So like in my head, I'm thinking, right, I've done a crime, like I'm gonna go to prison for it. A year and a half, you know, like the tariff saying, but then the years go by, the years go by, like...
It's not even that, it's sitting in prison.
Am I going to die in here?
Since they squashed that sentence, people are committing crimes 10 times worse than I've done and doing less time than me. And you've got to sit and watch that. Like someone has stabbed someone up or someone shot someone.
And get less.
Yeah, and they're getting 7 years and they do half and get out. And the worst thing about it is, Judge said to me, if he hadn't given me a parole sentence, he would have given me 7.
Wow.
So I would have been finished years ago.
Yeah.
You know? So, but I'm appealing now. I've got it in the Court of Appeal. But it's the mental health it causes, you know. My head's fucked.
What would you say the hardest part of that sentence was?
Do you know what, like, I'll be honest, it become...
So you just got so used to it?
It become institutionalised in the end.
Yeah.
Prison wasn't a problem, but do you know what it was? What made me start to realise there's a life out here again was getting out and getting in recovery, you know? Having a bit of recovery, then going back to prison because of relapsing. Yeah. Then getting out and having a bit more recovery and lasting a bit longer.
So when did you finally come out after that? You said 34, 35. When did you finally come out when they actually released you after that?
My last bit of time.
No, not your last bit of time. When you finally came out from that 8.5 years or 10 years, you said.
What do you mean?
So you see, you went in 24 and you got the IPP. And the tariff was like a year and a month. You got 10 years straight.
So I don't...
With no release.
I went in when I was 24, got released when I was 35.
Right, so I want to get to the bit, when you came out at 35, what was going on now? So you're like, whoa, right, I'm out.
I didn't want to be out.
What?
I was institutionalised.
I hear about this a lot. I hear about this a hell of a lot.
Have you watched Shawshank?
Yes.
When Morgan Freeman says,
yeah.
And my man kills himself, yeah? And the other
the old man,
yeah,
the bird man.
He kills himself. And the other geezer takes a piss out of him. And Morgan Freeman told him to shut up and says, you don't know about these walls, you haven't done long enough.
Yeah, because he gets himself a job and he just can't get on to everyday life because he's
it's crazy, mate.
His life's prison.
Mike, I got brought up in my house from the age of 3. Yeah, we moved in that house when I was 3. I know this house well. And when I got out after doing 10 years, my mum and dad stopped outside their house and I went, what are you doing? Where are we? I didn't even know where I was.
Wow.
Because it had just changed so much. You know, and then when I went in the house, I'm so used to being in a little box 24/7. Like, our house just felt small, and I thought, no, this ain't the same house.
Yeah.
But do you know what? I was institutionalised. I missed. It might sound mad, but when I relapsed at that stage, I lasted 3 months, and when I was relapsed, my family come and found me in the park drinking after smoking crack for days, and all I said was, I want to go back to prison.
You want to go back.
I want to go back to prison.
Because that's all you know.
You know, and I did, very sharpish, you know. Within another 3 months of that, I was back inside, you know.
Knowing that a little sentence, you could do another 10 years for nothing.
But you know,
but you were prepared for that.
But this is the other side of it, probation. Probation ain't inadequate at their job. Probation don't give a shit. If you relapse, my idea and thought process is they put you back because they can't fucking be bothered to do the job.
Yeah.
You know, someone said to me, a counsellor said to me, what was it she said? Something along the lines of, if you want a job and work for nothing, go and work for probation. That's what a counsellor said to me. If you want a job, and this is a counsellor that's well in this field for years and years, if you want a job and you want to do a job for nothing and get paid for nothing, go and work for probation. Yeah. Because all they do is recall. The prison system's full up with recalls. There's 7,000 people in the prison system, and most of them are on recalls.
Wow.
Yeah, I know a lot about the system, you know, and I learnt that being in jail for years, you know, and hearing stories and stuff like that. But you know what, mate?
So, see, just quickly, we're going to sort of come out of the prison thing and we're going to get into the recovery side. Yeah. So, you're 35, you were in and out 3 months?
No, I was out for 3 months, back in for a year, out for another 3 months, back in for a year. Because every time I get recalled now, I have to go back in the parole system. So, lifers only get paroled yearly.
Right, yeah.
So, every time I went back, I had to do a year.
But the IPP still stands?
Yeah, for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Yeah, for the rest of my life.
Totally understand that.
So they can recall me for the rest of my life.
So if you dropped a bit of litter or you done a pee on the floor?
If Old Bill nick you, you don't even go to court. You have to go straight to prison.
Oh, what? No charge?
Nothing. Right? Yeah, if I commit a crime, there's a charge. But obviously, all my things have been for positive drugs.
So just say something stupid as like graffitiing, or you got caught weeing.
I'm sitting there smiling, but I'm fucking angry.
Would they recall you straight away for anything? Me and you having an argument, and I phoned the police and said, "Oh, he's harassing me."
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah, because once I go in the police station, that's about me. I have to go straight to prison and then what happens? Even if the charge gets dropped, I still have to sit there a year wait for parole. It's craziness. It's a setup. It's foul.
Imagine having that for the rest of your life.
So basically,
shouts to Trinaman locked on.
So I ended up doing 14 years, 8 months on this sentence so far. You know,
14 years?
14 years, 8 months. I got recalled 4 times and done 13 months every time.
That is horrible.
And I got out just short of 10 weeks ago, and I'm going to rehab in it.
So the last time, let's get into this now. We're going to get into a very special part of the podcast. We're going to get into the recovery side where there's a lot of hope, faith, and we're going to try and get this message across to anyone that's suffering with drink and alcohol problems or any other families that are connected. So now we're getting into a very special part of the podcast. So you've come out of prison, you haven't been back since, and that was 10 months ago.
No, come out 10 weeks ago.
10 weeks, 10 weeks.
If you want to get into the recovery, can we do it from my last time?
Yeah.
Because obviously that was working with Jengas and that.
You could.
That was working with people, and I got 8 months, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was clean for 8 months.
I knew you back then. That's when I got in contact with you. So Where would you like to start from?
So basically,
when you've come out of that last sentence.
So on the recall before I come out last time,
yeah,
I already knew, and the seed had been planted about recovery because I went to rehab in Bournemouth in 2018,
right.
And so the seed had been planted that actually there is a life and it doesn't have to involve prison and drugs.
But it took you a long time to find that out, didn't it?
I needed to make sure, because Mike, anyone that tells you they hate drugs, they're lying. Because I'm not sitting here because I hate them, I fucking love them. Right? I'm sitting here because I love them. I love the fucking feeling crack cocaine gives me.
Yeah.
I love the euphoria, I love the paraphernalia. Speak your truth, and as it goes, I like the fucking madness.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know whether it's good.
I know, I can relate.
Because we've missed out loads. I've been stabbed, I've been kidnapped. You know, a couple of times I've been kidnapped over drugs and stuff. Like I got stabbed 10 times in my back. You know, so.
Bet you didn't love that bit, eh?
Mate, I was smoking crack in the hospital the next day.
Welcome to the Hammy Podcast, man. Anything goes.
Yeah, right. So I actually love drugs. You know, I wish, and I had to exhaust all avenues to find out if I could use drugs. It says in the book, like a fucking gentleman.
Yeah.
But I know I can't now. Yeah. I have no reservations anymore. So the only thing left is recovery for me.
Yeah.
So I got to 8 months the other year.
And what sort of things were you doing to get to that 8 months?
On and off.
So people don't know, you know. Tell them.
I shouldn't have mentioned the name just now, but I had a guy in my life, people like you, that were clean, and they was helping me. They was talking to me daily, and they was giving me suggestions. You know, I don't believe in God, and that's just my preference. I do not believe in God whatsoever. I think there's too much suffering in the world for there to be a proper God, or whatever they say God is. But I believe in a higher power.
Right, so that changes everything.
Yeah, that changes everything because
it's not one ideal or something that everyone speak. It's like your version.
Yeah.
So it's like your own conception.
The natural universe, isn't it?
Yeah. Like whatever works for you.
Professor Brian Cox and stuff like that, you know, and the magnetic field.
Yeah.
You know, how the fuck can a shark and a whale migrate down the fucking same lane of the ocean every year to get to its feeding grounds and mating grounds? How do they do that? How big's the ocean? They ain't got sat-navs and shit like that like us. They follow the magnetic field, Mark.
Yeah.
And I believe
go on, Tom.
No, not about I'm a documentary buff.
Have you ever got into Tesla and stuff like that?
No, I don't like him.
Or Edison,
they're trying to get rid of petrol. Why would I like him?
Yeah.
Right, anyway, so I like cars, I like engines and stuff. You know, I like motorbikes and stuff like that. That's my passion.
Right, so you're believing in a higher power? Yeah,
so basically, there's no doubt in it that when you get on your knees and you pray, I don't know what I pray to. I don't know what.
And it doesn't really matter, does it?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Because
as long as it's bigger than you, isn't it?
Why do you need to understand it?
Exactly.
Yeah. So basically, and we got the program. We got AA. We got NA.
Yeah.
Right.
What else you got? You got CA. What are these fellowships? What happens in them?
They teach you a way to live, mate.
A normal way to live in?
And right, so you've got the threefold illness, the mind, the body and the soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when we first picked up drugs, we didn't know it, but when it made us feel good, because we said about relationships with women.
Yeah.
Until I started taking heavy drugs, I didn't have no balls around a woman.
Yeah.
But after that, it started coming thick and fucking fast for me.
Yeah,
you know, women, you know.
Started getting a bit of confidence.
Yeah, it gives you that confidence to be the person that you desire to be.
Yeah.
You know, but as I said at the beginning, it was enjoyable.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
So you're going through what things do you have to do in recovery? I've heard that there's something called a 12-step program.
Yeah, you've got step 1. Unmanageability and powerlessness.
Yeah.
And that's us.
So that basically is what you've just spoke about. All these years running about, stabbing, crime, this, that, to feed your habits.
And it's actually
that means you're powerless.
It's the only step required to do 100%.
Yeah.
All the rest, you don't have to have 100%.
It's a character building, a connection with that higher power.
No.
So anyone who don't understand or who's never been to recovery, this is what we're talking about right now. Thank you for everyone. We're going to do questions and answers straight after this part of the podcast. So
then you got step 2, didn't you?
Yeah.
Coming to believe that a power greater than yourself can restore you to sanity. And I've just read that in rehab. I'm in a rehab right now.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and I've just read that, you know, And I truly believe that there's a power working in my life today, because my willpower, if it got left to its own devices, would have me sitting back in a prison cell.
Sitting in prison, causing crime, causing havoc,
yeah,
being a menace to society.
Yeah, you know.
Not caring about anything.
So that's, I'm on step 4 now, resentments and stuff like that. You know, the program's got many parts of it, spiritual parts of it. I think 6, 7 and 9, 6, 7, 9 and 10, like what is it? What's writing a list of people you have harmed and become willing to make amends to them all.
Yeah.
And 9 is sharing it with your sponsor, sharing it with someone.
So that must be hard, because you've committed a lot of crime.
Yeah.
You've hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
So.
But it also tells you it's set when to do so within the.
Yeah. So don't do things that can get you back in prison or get you killed.
I know this is the thing.
But it must be very hard coming from where you've come from, to then be going up to certain people and like saying, "Look, I'm really sorry about what I done. What can I do to make it better?"
Yeah.
Like that takes a lot, and there's a lot of people in this world that should be really doing them things, but they'll end up never talking to each other ever again because of a silly little argument.
And it also kills people.
And it kills people.
It kills people.
And pride and ego is just massive in that.
Do you want to know what my worst one that I'm really dreading doing with my mum and dad?
Oh wow.
Because I know
Are they still alive today?
Yeah, they're both still married, still alive. They're 69. They're nearly 70.
How long have they been married?
They're 70 next month. They've been married 50 odd years.
Wow, look at that.
My mum and dad are good people, but I know what they're going to say. Don't be stupid, forget about it.
You're right.
I don't want to hear that. I need to be told.
Yeah, you need to clear your need to clear the guilt and thing.
And making amends ain't about saying sorry. It's about putting it in action
and showing them that you've changed.
Yeah.
Look, because anyone can go, I'm sorry for that, I'm sorry.
Because
it's pointless.
I spent my whole life just doing what I wanted to do, but I broke a lot of hearts.
Yeah.
You know, and it needs fixing.
You
know? And now I know, like, I'm doing my step 4 at the minute, like I said, and I'm going through it, and all my resentments, as I'm getting to my column, it's been my fucking fault.
So everyone you've been blaming, blame. You're actually blaming. It's actually, you're looking at it when you write it down. It's like, oh, I had a part to play in this. Do you know what someone told me? Look, check this.
Even when I got stabbed.
Check this for the people that are watching, right? See, when you point the finger at someone,
you got 3 pointing back.
You've got 3 fingers pointing back at you. So if you're pointing at someone, you're going to have 3 fingers pointing back at you. So you're blaming someone, but you're actually, it's part of you that you're blaming.
Yeah.
It's something in you that you don't like in someone else. So I learned that the other day. Big up my brother Brian on that one. We got Rocky.
So I am only at step 4, and I've still got a lot to learn. I mean, come on, man. Most of our mates are 10, 11, 12 odd years sober.
Yeah.
You know, they know what they need to do. They do it every day, and that's why they're sober. I'm still learning. But I'll tell you what I do every day. So I wake up.
Yeah, so tell me things that actually keep you in a fit spiritual condition. Yeah.
Right, so I've got a sponsor.
Right, what is a sponsor?
It's someone armed with the facts. It's someone
who's done this program.
Yeah, it's someone who's done this program and he's armed with the facts about this program.
And he's got years of
my
sobriety
sponsor's just turned 9 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And he won't mind me saying that.
Amazing.
And he's proud of that.
Yeah, you don't need to say any names.
He's just turned 9 years, you know. And I met him by accident. I was going to an NA meeting and I ended up in a DAA meeting by accident. And do you know what? I was in AA for 4 years and I kept relapsing. And I thought, I'm going to NA.
You couldn't speak about the drugs, right?
Yeah. But they opened up DAA, didn't they? And that's Drug Addicts Anonymous. That's alcohol and drugs in one.
So you could speak about the whole the things.
Yeah, and I wasn't listening back then. I was being told stuff, I wasn't listening. So I go into this room and I end up in a DAA meeting, which is done the AA ways. So I'm in NA, thinking I'm going to an NA meeting, because I'm thinking, well, this must work for me, I'm a drug addict. Anyway, and then I realised they'd done it the AA way, and he was chatting to me, but this guy, he's a headhunter, you know.
Yeah, like
he goes out.
Hooligan, like.
No.
Oh.
He goes out headhunting people. He'll go to other meetings.
I thought it was a Chelsea.
And if he thinks someone needs to be in his meeting, no, he was a criminal though. He's a criminal in that prison was like. Yeah. But he goes to other meetings, like say AA. He'll go to AA.
Yeah.
And if he thinks someone needs to be talking about drugs, he'd pull them outside and say to them, let's sorry, I'm going to put off here.
The cameraman's doing some funny tricks at the moment. Welcome to the Hammy Podcast.
So he'd go to AA and he'd turn around and say, mate, I think we need to come and talk about drugs. Like, he's a headhunter. He goes out there looking for, for instance, I'm walking down the street with him one day. There's a homeless guy asking for change. He walks up to the homeless guy. The homeless guy says, you got any change? He went, no, I've got something better for you, man. I'm going to a meeting. You want to come?
The homeless guy's like, no, I just want a drink and some crack, man. I've got Jack Russell. I ain't going to no meeting, you know what I'm saying?
I was like,
get away from me, fools.
Right. I was like, he never come. You know, he didn't want to come. He wanted, he just said he wanted a beer or whatever. And but I'll tell you what I do every day. So my sponsor give me a simple suggestions, you know, and I've been given them before. And when I've decided to use them before, they've worked. I've got to be honest. But you got to be willing.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be willing to do this stuff on a daily basis.
Like, and really give it everything into it.
Right. Say for instance, when
you can't do this half-heartedly.
I go to a meeting every day.
Yeah.
You know when I went and done that work the other
morning? Yeah.
I missed a meeting that morning, and I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it.
Yeah.
You know,
it gets you out of your sink.
Yeah, the money that I got paid got into my head, right?
Oh, what can I do with the money?
When I left him, I was like, you could have a sneaky one. But I didn't.
Yeah.
Because quickly I was like, that's not going to happen, because I'll fast forward the tape now. I know where I'm going to be sitting.
You have to tell your head just to shut up.
And so basically, so every morning I get up. As soon as my eyes open, I get on my knees and I pray.
Yeah.
I give thanks for yesterday, for a clean and sober day. Yeah? That's the first thing.
I love that, man. So it's all about gratitude as well, isn't it? You have to be grateful for
then
life.
I read my gratitude list. Because I write a gratitude list the night before and pray then as well. I'll get to that in a sec. But I read my gratitude list for what? Because actually, I'm an ungrateful cunt.
Yeah.
That's me.
So what do you do? What is a gratitude list for the people that don't know?
So, for having my missus in my life.
Being grateful for things.
For having friends.
Yeah.
For having food in my belly. A bed to sleep in.
Being off drinking drugs.
For being clean and sober. Yeah, listen, that's in there. Yeah. Clean and sober. I've got a list of things on a bit of paper that I'll go through, because my head's still a bit tapped up there and I forget things and stuff like that. But I pray for quite a lot of stuff, you know. That I've spoke to my sister today. I went and see my sister.
So you're all very connected back with your family.
Yeah,
they trust you.
The thing is, mate, my family has never gone nowhere.
Yeah.
As much as I've hurt them, they've always been there.
But you've got that trust and all that bond back.
No, I haven't got the trust back. That's a long time coming.
You can work on that.
No, they're happy to see me in the gym and doing well again. You know, you know me. I'm always in the gym when I'm out and about. But so that gratitude list contains things that have happened in my day that I'm grateful for.
And it gives you a good start to the day?
It actually reminds you that you've got fuck all to be ungrateful for.
Yeah.
You know, because actually the stuff I'm ungrateful for are actually minor, relevant to the stuff that I've got in my life today.
Yeah. But we always, our heads are so are so powerful that we'll think about the little small stuff instead of what really is going on, which is good. Like, do you know what I mean? Or relationships and stuff like that.
And then I read the AA book.
Yeah.
It says I read the Just for Today card.
Yeah.
I read the Daily Suggestions card. And in there it says, most folks was happy to make up their minds to be.
That's very true, yeah.
Right? And it is. It is. You know, I'm at peace at the moment. And this is how, every time I do my check-in in rehab in the morning, I'm at peace. I'm grateful.
You're happy.
My traffic in my head is manageable today.
Yeah.
Because I'm doing these things. So, and it says, read a couple of pages of the big book, if you can, more. Yeah. I can't remember exactly how it goes.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, I read 2 pages every morning. Yeah. So I pray, I read my grat list, I read the Just for Today card.
Any meditation in there?
I can't meditate, mate. I fall asleep.
Yeah, but it's something you can get into, isn't it? Something So basically, these are the tools that you use every single day that help you stay clean and sober.
Yeah.
Right, you go to meetings every single day.
I phone newcomers.
You phone newcomers, and what's a newcomer? Someone who's
struggling, someone less time than me.
Someone who's struggling, who don't know how to stay clean and sober.
And I can phone some people and they're fucking miserable.
That's amazing, Tom, because I'm just being honest. We're talking about all the life, the madness, the crime, the drugs, all the long sentencing, and now we're like, see how it changes into something so beautiful because he's found a connection with a higher power. He's changed his life around. He's got a routine. He's got tools for a new way of living, which is called the 12-step program. And I'd advise anyone who don't know about drinking and drugs just to check out and research 12-step program fellowships. And honestly, if you've got any family members, anyone struggling with this, like I would not second guess this. Just please go and check it out and make them phone calls and share what's going on in your life and really pick up the phone and speak about it, because a lot of us don't know how to do that, and a lot of us die from this, and it's very brutal. Very brutal. The thing. So we're getting right to the end of the podcast. What I want to talk about just very quickly is what you want to do with the rest of your life. But something that we skipped on is the IPP. What would you like to like in the next coming months while you're staying clean and sober? What would you like to get out there about this IPP thing? Is it still going, or has it been stopped?
There's a lot of people still struggling and suffering in prison. Not just me. There's people that have got their sentence and have never got out because of the mental health it's called. They're no longer keeping them in for what they got sentenced for.
They're keeping them in.
They're keeping them in for the mental health, the IPPs, and they're committing suicide.
Does it still stand to this day? The IPP license, the 99 years.
Yeah, I'm on it, man.
Are you gonna be?
I'm appealing it now.
You're gonna appeal your one.
Yeah.
But are you gonna try? Once you appeal your one, are you gonna try and like?
My plan is, if I get mine squashed, I know there's a lot of IPPs that have had it squashed.
Because are you going to try and get broader? Are you going to try and get a message out there to actually highlight like what the government and the prison governors or whoever's in charge of this?
Prison governors now don't agree with it.
Who is actually in charge of it in the government? Was her name Patel?
No, Dominic Raab now.
Dominic
Raab.
Raab.
It was at the time.
Priti Patel.
The one that made it was that.
Don't let me get started on this Tory government. But anyway,
criminals.
You know, well, Labour are the same. You don't know what way. Do we go left? Do we go right? Do you know what? I'm just staying in the middle. But I don't believe in any of that because they're all liars, to be totally honest. But so you wanna get a message out. You wanna get a message out to expose how bad
people struggling in prison, man.
The IPP.
They can't get out of prison.
And people going to prison without a drug addiction, and they end up hooked on drugs now. Yeah. And that's what's happening to people.
Yeah, spice.
Yeah. So that's the main one at the moment. So let's just wrap this up now and leave it with what's happening with the recovery. What do you want to do when you get out of rehab? What's your plans? What do you want to be in life? You've got ambitions now.
Yeah,
you've changed your life.
I told you before, I love engines. I love motorbikes. I love cars.
Did you tell me before we done this podcast?
Yeah,
you're a carpenter as well.
I've trained a lot in prison. No, I'm more than that. I was a roofer when I was a kid. I worked for a drainage firm when I was younger. In prison, I've done level 2 bricklaying, level 2 plastering, level 2 painting and decorating. I've done level 2 welding, all 4 different welds, and I've done horticulture courses. So I didn't waste my time in there, you know. But that's what I did in prison. I'm quite qualified in a lot of stuff, you know. So my plan is to start a building firm, like an all-round building firm, doing everything.
You got a relationship or not?
Yeah, I've got my missus, man.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Well, you know her anyway.
Yeah, I know her. We won't mention any names.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful woman, and I'm really happy because
tough woman as well.
And she stuck by you the whole way, man. And it was beautiful.
I met my match with her, man, because I'm quite blunt and to the point. I speak my mind.
I take it takes a strong woman to wait around for you for this time.
She's waited for 2 years and being in prison.
That's love, man.
But she met me when I was clean for a long time.
So she's seen the good side of you, the bad side of you. Now she's got the good Tony back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wicked. So, look, how long are you clean and sober?
10 weeks.
Do you know what? Put it there, man. 10 weeks, man.
10 weeks.
This guy couldn't go a day without robbing and causing madness for crack cocaine, all sort of drugs, and he's 10 weeks clean and sober. Like, can we have some love hearts on my TikTok, please? Like, please show some appreciation for Tony here. 10 weeks clean and sober. You're in rehab. You're nearly at the last bit of
2 weeks' time I'm moving out.
So you're moving out, you're going to get into like a...
I'm going into a dry house.
And then that will lead you into some sort of avenue to get your own flat.
Yeah.
Look at that, man. Clean and sober, coming out of rehab. Yeah, you're on the road to getting your own flat. You want to get back into work. You've done a bit of work with me. Yeah. I'm going to big up the tree surgery company in a minute. So you've done a bit of work with me, and potentially you are going to be working with us because my boss really...
No, 100%.
You see your arms, you see your body, he goes, bloody hell, you take down the tree himself. Won't even need a chainsaw. So there's there's potential coming up. But what's your main avenue, what you really want to do?
What I want to do?
You said engines, did you?
I want to rebuild cars and motorbikes. Yeah.
Wow.
I've done it growing up. You know?
I think you need to chat with the cameraman after this because he shares the same interests.
Yeah, but old cars like RS Turbos and Peugeot 205 GTI.
I think he got excited when you said bikes. To be honest.
No, my sort of bikes are dirt bikes, really. But super bikes as well. I want to get an R1. I will get an R1. I don't want to.
Well, definitely, you two can have that chat. So that's what you really want to do, and with recovery, are you going to try and help people once you get to a certain stage? 100%.
I want to do H&R. I want to go back into prisons and I want to tell them.
And do talks. And
tell them. How long? Because I've done 19 years in prison, mate.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm 41.
41.
Since I was 15, I've had 6 years out of prison. It's craziness, I know, but it's done. Yeah. You know? All I can do now is try and spread that message.
And use that to empower people and inspire other people. Yeah. And there's people in prison who will never see another way out. You know,
well, there's people in prison that are never gonna get out, mate.
Oh god,
like, they're doing life for murder and stuff like that. It's
and especially with that IPP, if they do any little bits and bobs in prison, then they'll just.
Well, just put it this way:
they'll always be in there.
I didn't get out because I kept giving positive drug tests.
Yeah.
But can they justify?
They should have helped you.
Can they justify keeping me in 8 years over my sentence because I'm a drug addict? So all I'm doing is being punished. And even to this day, if I use now, they'll put me back in. I'm being punished for being a drug addict. Simple as that.
Yeah, it's wrong, man.
Because I haven't committed a crime, gone on to rob anyone on any of my releases.
Because what they're actually doing, they're actually costing the people and the thing that actually pay for that a lot of money. When really they could actually get you help through drug programs and 12-step fellowships. Yeah. They are starting to come into prison, aren't they? The meetings and H&I, like you said. So you'd like to do H&I, which is hospital and institutions. Yeah. Spread the message of recovery in prisons and other places. You'd like to go give back to the prisoners in prison and tell them your story to try and help them.
Forgetting about me.
Yeah.
I've sat in prison and looked at some people and my heart, I mean literally my heart feels like it's being ripped out because they're IPP like me, but because they got such severe mental health, they're never going to get out of prison. Yeah. Should they be kept in prison? Because this is caused by the government. This ain't something that they had when they went to prison. They had addiction problems, but they wasn't mentally ill the way they are now, hearing voices and stuff like that. It's the sentence that's done it. Come on, listen, I'm living alongside people that are killed that have done less than me. And they got a mandatory life sentence for murder.
And they've done less time than you.
Brother, let me tell you.
Wow, that's ridiculous. But let's end it on let's end it on a good note. So you are going to spread your message of the prison system of what you've done.
I'm in and out of the rooms all the time, man. Every day I'm in their rooms and I'm sharing back every day.
It's strong, man. It's strong to see you because I've seen the change in you, and like you're the first person in the meeting. You're probably the last one to leave. You're doing a lot. You're keeping busy, and do you know what, man? I just want to say, like, well done to you, brother, man. I'm really proud of you. Do you know we're gonna sort of wrap it up there? But if anyone's got any questions or things they want to ask Tony, see if they want to help. Have you got an email address?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, man.
Would you be able to tell people your email address? So if anyone wants to take this down, you can message Tony, and would you be gladly to reply to their messages about prison, recovery, and anything to do with just helping them?
No problem.
So, anyway. What's your email address where they can contact you?
It's ANTHONY.
So that's
HINCHELWOOD @gmail.com.
So is that, what's that, Anthony?
It's Anthony Hinchelwood at
Anthony
gmail.com.
Hinchelwood.
Yeah.
Good name, man. That's my middle name. Anthony.
My middle name's Richard.
I think that's short for Dick, isn't it?
That's
Hammy in the podcast.
That's another resentment.
Oh god. But right, so we're gonna wrap it up. I want to say thank you for Tony for coming down. Tony Hinchelwood, sharing his hope, faith, and courage. His life in prison. It's been amazing. It's been painful. It's been exciting. It's been very knowledgeable because there's a lot of stuff that I didn't know. I would like to wrap this up with bigging up the sponsors of this show. I would like to shout out Freddie's embroidery and printing and logos company, and you can catch them at Stables Market, Camden, just into I think it's opposite Cyberdog on the second floor. Go check him out with all your clothes, all your logos, anything you need done to advertise your brands. Go check him out. And also the main sponsor of this show is Tree Work Solutions. Shout out Eugene. Shout out the rest of the Tree Work Solutions team. Go check out the website. You won't be disappointed for all your garden maintenance and all your tree surgery. We do bits. And I want to especially shout out, I don't know where they've gone, I just put them on the side. I had a couple of, where were they? Anyway, we've got the VIP brunch. We've got the VIP London brunch coming up this Sunday, 28th of August, bank holiday weekend. The lineup is mad, and I really don't know what I've actually done with it. I literally just had it on the side there, but do you know what? Go to www.vipldn.com for tickets. Tickets are selling out quick. You can direct message me on my TikTok, on my YouTube channel, or you can catch me on Instagram at Hammy676767 for tickets. It's going off. It's going to be, tickets are £10 for adults, £5 for kids. It's going to be a roadblock. So this Sunday, 28th of August, catch me alongside my brother-in-arms, Napaman DC. We're going to be doing the house and garage. I also am a DJ and MC also on top of doing this podcasting and other stuff. And I have an actual album coming out in the near future with my brother. Shout out Ruben the Poet. We're going to be doing a recovery sort of album, hip hop, house, all tied into one, but it's going to be very solution based. None of that gun talk and we've done this and done that. I know I'm a bad man. But remember, go check out VIP London this Sunday. VIP London, brunch at the bar at Potters Bar Town Football Club, 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening. You will not be disappointed. Alternatively, please remember, if you want to keep seeing these videos and you want to keep helping out the movement, please could you like, comment and subscribe. Turn on the notification little symbol and you will be notified every single time we'll be dropping videos. Do you know what? And I think we're going to leave it there. So I just want to big up everyone that was watching today. I hope this has helped out a lot of people. And Tony, just I want to say well done. A round of applause. You know what I'm saying? Wicked, man. You've been very inspiring. Big love from Hammy. Episode 3 coming very soon. Keep it locked to the Hammy Podcast. Big love from Hammy. Peace out.